Many women who come to us to help them with their love life are making the same mistakes with men. Shannon and I shake our heads all the time. These are often the same women who will not take advice and who think they know it all, and yet they are still single. Now, I know if you are watching this video, you are not one of those ladies. And you know what? We understand how this has come about. Women have to be so strong and masculine in their careers to succeed these days. But this does not translate well into the dating world when trying to find a partner. We don't blame women. It is not easy to make the transition from work to love. But we want to give our lovely ladies a heads up at least, so they can try a different way. I'm going to share a thing or two about men that may shock you and are even kind of controversial and definitely old-fashioned. But the truth is, even though society has changed radically over the last 30 years, the basic nature of men and women hasn't. If you can internalize these little tips and then use this knowledge in a non-manipulative way, your love life will transform. The first thing to understand is that men are extremely different from women. I can't emphasize this enough. It is actually difficult to really understand this because we think so completely differently. The better you get this, the more you will transform your relationships with all men in your life. And once you know how, all it takes is some small adjustments to how you are relating to them. Big secret number one is that men need a job. What do I mean by this? Well, men are extremely task-oriented, way more than most women can actually understand. They are happiest when doing, and I don't mean mindless doing. As well as being task-oriented, men are extremely pragmatic. They will do what they need to get to a certain goal. If it doesn't get them somewhere clear, they won't do it. In a relationship, one of their most important goals is, believe it or not, making their woman happy. Yes, they seriously are invested in our well-being and happiness. Lucky for us. When they're in a relationship, they automatically know that this is their main job. Yes, many men have been spoiled by women who don't understand this. But even those men will be happy to find a woman who knows this and allows him to do his job. And by the way, this is deeply subconscious for most men. They don't even know this on a conscious level. So don't go telling them, as they will most likely deny it. Men are also not stupid. They will go for the highest paying job they can get. If you are not paying them, they will go somewhere else. How do you pay a man? Of course, you know I mean this metaphorically, right? The most valuable currency in a relationship for men is appreciation. I'm going to give you an example that hopefully will help you to understand what I mean. You go on a date and he takes you to a movie you don't enjoy. What do? So a lot of us get out the movie and spend half an hour analyzing why the movie was so bad, what could have been improved, and how you'll never watch a movie with that actor in it again. This is going to pop your date's balloon faster than, well, really fast. There's not a guy in the world who won't feel like your comments are directed at him personally. So what do you do if you don't like the movie? Do you have to pretend you did? No. Make it a non-issue. Find something you did like about it and comment on that briefly. And then get enthused about going somewhere nice afterwards. And of course, let him know that you had a really great time at the end of the evening. This is just an example. Think of how you can apply this when in a relationship. If you have male children, practice on them and notice how the whole atmosphere in your home changes. Men of all ages and sizes thrive on appreciation. Now, how to apply this secret? I could spend hours on just this topic because it is easy to get this wrong. You want to create an atmosphere of appreciation in your relationship, and this starts from the very first date. Now, I don't mean a gushing, false appreciation, being overly thankful. It's an atmosphere. It can be really subtle. You need to use your feminine intuition as to what your man responds to, or that man you're having the date with. You are aiming for an atmosphere where he loves doing things for you because you know how to make him feel great about doing it. Sometimes it is just in the tone of voice you use. It's a balance between expecting to have things done for you in such a subtle way he doesn't even realize it, and being appropriately appreciative depending on the individual man and the situation. Make sense? Sometimes it's not easy to know how to do this, and that's one of the reasons why women coach with me. Because do this, and the men you date will do anything for you and be happy while they're doing it too. And to end, if you want to know the things that men are most looking for in a woman, here are some of those. Number 1, someone who is fun and doesn't take away from them having fun. Being free and having fun are closely linked in a man's world. Being a fun woman allows him to relax and not worry that you are going to restrict his freedom and fun if you become a couple. And if you can add to the adventure and fun in his life, even better. 2, a woman who is easy to be with, who doesn't get hassled over small things like a waiter spilling food on her, a spider landing on her, or the car tire getting a flat. And if she can laugh about it, all the better. Number 3, a supportive woman. Not one who gives advice when he talks about something. No, that's not being supportive. Men hate advice, even more than women do, and most women don't like it either. If you try to solve a man's problems, he will think that you think he can't solve them himself. So don't do it. What you do instead is create an atmosphere of, and even use these words, babe, I know you've got this, whatever this is. Don't give advice. Don't try and change him. Don't try and get him off his path onto one that you think is better. This will boost his self-esteem and make him fall deeper and deeper in love with you. And lastly, number 4, a woman who doesn't criticize, not others and especially not him. Start with these from the first date and your success with dating will skyrocket. Not only will you have men eating out your hand, but you will create heaven on earth in your relationships. And if you're a successful single woman in her 40s and want to fast track to the relationship of your dreams, that's what I specialize in. You're welcome to connect with me at succeedatlove.com. This is Veronica, and I'll see you soon.